righty. It is that time. Let's get it cracking. So everybody stand up. I got some tunes for us to get down to. Let's get that body moving.
This is that high school, Michelle Pfeiffer and Wacko. This one for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chucks on with a Sailor on, gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot, yeah. For the police and I'm fireman, I'm too hot, yeah. They can try to world of retirement, I'm too hot, yeah. Say my name, you know who I am, I'm too hot, yeah. I'm a band about that money. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Uptown don't give it to you.
Okay, Uptown Funk. It's a good way to get things started. Everybody, welcome back to our player class. This is week 5. It's been 5 weeks so far. Absolutely cool. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Back to our books, Coach E.
All right, what's up, everybody? Let's go over honesty real quick. Page 17.
Too far. Way too far. Let's calm down there, Corey.
Page 17.
There we go.
There it is. How to keep score. Play a hole using this grid to help you count. So this obviously goes over how we keep score on a hole, the number of swings from the green or to the green, and then once you're on the green, get the ball in the hole. Then you put in your penalty strokes if you have any. Add it all up to get your score for the hole. Then you add up all your holes to get your score for your total round. Now, little trivia question here. Say I'm set up and I take a swing at the ball, a full swing, but I do not hit the ball. Does that count as a swing or a stroke? Does that count? Fill in your answers.
Very good question.
Fill in your answers. So give it a second for everybody to answer. So the question, who is the referee? You are. There are no referee or umpires out there. You are your referee and umpire. You're the person that has to call penalty on yourself. That's why honesty is very important. And yes, all the answers so far are correct. It is yes. If you set up and you truly mean to hit the ball and you take a swing and miss, that counts as a stroke. So who is the scorekeeper in golf? You are. And when you're playing in tournaments or high school golf, you actually keep score of your fellow competitor as well. You and your competitor will exchange scorecards, and then you'll keep his score as well as your score and sign off at the end of the round. Where can you find a scorecard at the golf course you play? Generally inside the pro shop. They'll have a nice little area for them. Or like out of Blacklick Woods, they have a little birdhouse type thing, mailbox type thing where they keep them in there as well. So there'll be a couple places you can find them. What else do you need to keep score? You need the scorecard and a pencil. Gotta have a pencil to keep score. And I would take more than one, just in case you lose that pencil or you might break the tip off or something like that. And if the tip breaks, how you gonna write? So maybe have more than one, 2 or 3. Never hurts. All right, so let's go to page 18 real quick. What does pace of play mean? What does pace of play mean? It means what it sounds, keeping up with the pace of play. However, it means how fast or slow it takes to play the round. And the general rule is you want to stay with the group in front of you. Do not want to let that group get a hole or 2 ahead. That doesn't mean you hit into them, but that means you keep them within your sight. So when they're on the fairway Once you have a safe space between them and the green to hit, you tee off. So you get to your ball in the fairway where they're finishing up on the green and keep up with the pace of play. That's what that means. Playing at a certain speed which everybody else is playing at. Now, Corey, is there a general time per hole, would you say?
Yes, I would say it averages out to be like 15 minutes a hole. So 15 minutes a hole. So if you have people out there, say like if you're in a foursome and you have a twosome in front of you and they're going pretty fast, you don't have to rush to keep up. As long as you are averaging around 15 minutes a hole, you'll be in good shape.
That's a great point. That is a very great point. And so we just answered the next question. How long should it take you to play one hole of golf on your golf course? Generally around 15 minutes, but a par 3, a few minutes less, par 4 or par 5, maybe a couple minutes more depending on the length and difficulty. So yeah, right around 15. Where should you start playing the hole so that you can finish in the right amount of time? Well, you should start playing the hole from the tee box, right? Where you designate to start each hole on the tee box of your generated colors, whether you're playing the short tees or the long tees. Yeah, so there's that. Got a little game you can play when you finally get out to the golf course, and page 19 is for you. All right, so take us to page 20, which will start our new lesson of the day, which our new core value of the day is sportsmanship, playing by the rules and acting nice to others no matter if you are winning or losing. Players should know the rules of golf and be able to behave in a kind and respectful manner towards others, even in a competitive game. A player learns about the code of conduct and shows sportsmanship in his or her actions by treating others kindly, whether he or she is winning or losing, following the rules of golf no matter how he or she is playing. So that's going to take me to a real quick story. Coach Corey and I do a little podcast called Living the Nine, and on there we had a professional golfer by the name of Bo Hogue, and he talked about when he was playing in a tournament, one of his buddies actually played the wrong ball throughout most of his round, and that is a big penalty. You cannot do so. But he was the only one that knew that, so there's also kind of integrity. But this is sportsmanship because he's playing by the rules. He reported himself. No one knew it but him, but he reported himself. He was his own referee, so he was honest, and he played by the rules, and he was a very good sport. That'd been very hard to do, especially in if you're a competitive person, but he respects the game, respecting the rules that we talked about in a part of class, and that was one of the best examples I've ever heard of sportsmanship. It's not easy to do, but sportsmanship pays off. And I always talk about when I go into schools about sportsmanship that whatever you do in life, you're going to be recruited. Someone's going to come recruit you, and they want to see that not only you can handle yourself in winning times when things are well, but they want to make sure you can handle yourself when things aren't going well, that you can work well with other people even when things aren't going great. Like Coach Ryan Day, the football coach for OSU, he doesn't want anyone on his team that he has to worry about going out and starting a fight in a game if they're losing, if they're having a bad day or bad game, just like when you go out for an interview when you become an adult. So sportsmanship doesn't matter just in games. It also matters in your real world experience. So when you get older, remember that treating people well and respecting the rules and acting nice to others when things are great and when things are going bad can make a big, big difference in the way your life goes out. So please remember that as we go along. All right, and that takes us to our healthy habits of play. We play a variety of energizing play can help the body stay strong, lean, and fit, and be fun in the process. Sleep and other forms of recharging allow one to engage in play on a daily basis. So just remember, get outside. It doesn't mean just play video games. It's okay once in a while, play video games for a little bit, but get outside, do something active, do something fun, do something engaging, keep your body strong mentally and physically, and also get some good sleep. If you have a big tournament or something like that, you're definitely going to want to get a good night's sleep so you have energy and your mind is sharp and focused. And if you have a big test or something as well, make sure you get a good night's sleep the night before. All right. All right, Coach Corey, that will take us to our stretch and exercise.
Stretch and exercise time. So everybody, we're going to hop up and have Coach Ethan once again lead us to a healthier and more flexible life.
Hey, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Coach Ethan here. Welcome to our Week 5 stretch. Today we'll be focusing on stretching out our shoulder and arms. So the first thing we're going to do, stand up nice and straight. Make sure you have a safe space. You're going to reach your right arm out, take it up, and bring it to your left. Then you're going to take your left hand, grab your right elbow, and you're going to pull your right elbow to your left. Give a nice 10-second count and hold. And release. All right. Then stick your left arm out. Reach above your head to your right. Take your right palm, grab your left elbow. Pull to your right. 10-second hold. And release. I'd like to see you do that 3 times for arm and shoulder, once a day for the entire week leading up to next week's exercise.
Right into that, let's get it pumping with some exercise.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Ethan here. Welcome to our Week 5 exercise. Now, this exercise is also a stretch. It's for your arms and your shoulders. Today, we'll be doing arm circles. So stand up nice and straight. Have a nice safe space around you with both arms out to your sides. We're just going to go forward, make forward small circles, loosening up our shoulders and arms. Then our circles are going to gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger until you can make the biggest circles that you can. Very good. Now we're going to do it backwards. Your arms out to your side. Start out with nice small circles going backwards. Then as we go, the circles are going to again gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger. As big as the range of motion allows for you. All right, I would like to see you do this 2 minutes forward and 2 minutes backwards every day leading up to next week's exercise.
All right, good. So those are very good exercises to do. Ethan, I love the drills and stretches that you have them do because it's simple, but it's very, very effective.
And it's a great warm-up, both of those for golf. Great warm-up.
All right, so today we're gravitating from the big L with the iron to the driver swing, right? So now we're going to get into how to hit the actual driver. Coach Ethan is going to go over that with us once again, and after that, I'm going to break a couple things down as well.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Ethan here. Hope everybody's feeling great today. This is our Week 5 full swing or big L swing with a driver. So you should have already seen our PGA posture, grip, and alignment video for the driver swing, as well as our tee height clip on how high you tee up the ball. So now, as we get set up, and again, you want to make sure the golf ball is played off your front foot. So I'm right-handed, so that's my left foot. I'm set up. I have a very slight tilt to my upper body because the ball is moved so forward in my stance. And the main things we want to focus on for our full swing with a driver is making sure we make a full turn of our upper body to make a big L, and that we keep our head very still on the way down. So as I make my full turn, I want to make sure my head stays in place, because as I swing down, the club is now actually hitting the ball on the upswing. So if I turn and I move my head forward as I come down, the club is no longer hitting the ball on the upswing, and it won't get the ball in the air. And the opposite of that, if I turn and move my head back to the right, I'm going to come down and the club's going to come up too high and hit the ball on the bottom of the club or miss the ball completely. So it's very, very important as we make our full swing, we keep our head still throughout the entire swing going through the ball. Tee height for your driver. You want the center of the golf ball or the equator of the golf ball line right at the very top line of your driver. Just like this.
All right, cool. So that's some very good information about how high to tee the driver up and how to make the move. Now, again, I told you last week, Coach Ethan and I's swing are very different. In this video, you can clearly see that, but also you'll see the similarities as well. So hang on to this. I'm going to walk you through this. So right here, we have Coach Ethan and I's driver swing, right? Now, the first thing you're going to notice is look at the address positions, right? We'll bring mine up a little closer, Ethan up a little closer, right? So first, look at this. It all goes back to the fundamentals, right? Making sure the fundamentals are right before you can make anything or any kind of swing. So right here. Now for the driver swing. Am I already swayed back a little bit? Yeah, I am. There we go. That's better. I don't look right. That's better. All right. So right here, my lowercase y isn't as prominent as before with other swings, but it's still not straight. It's not straight down. So what it'd be like in a capital Y is it would look like this. There's still a little bit of a lowercase y effect to it. Now, Coach Ethan is clear with his lowercase y with the driver. He has a lot more shoulder tilt than I do. And Coach E also hits a higher ball than I do. But it's a very good, very clear lowercase y. So you still have your lowercase y effect right now. Here's where the differences really set in, but also a lot of some similarities. So as you go back, the first thing I look at is what initiates a backswing, right? The trigger. There's always a trigger, and everyone has it. Sometimes it's different. Now, my trigger is a hip rotation. Not hip rotation, a hip movement. So I move back. See, I move back. That's my trigger to start making a swing. Coach Ethan's trigger is opposite. His hand actually goes out a little bit. See that? That's his trigger. It doesn't matter what it is, but everyone has a trigger. So we're going back. Let's get to the point where right around there. Let's see what they look like. Two very different swings. Now, see the similarities? Now, the first thing is this. The arm is right around the same position, right? Or same height off the ground. Maybe mine's a little high. Right there. Coach Ethan's club, you really can't see it. Coach Ethan's club is still going out this way, right? And if you raise mine up, mine's going out that way. So we're still maintaining that lowercase y going back. Here is the big difference and similarity. This is huge. Right there. Right there is huge. Very different, but so much alike. For instance, look at the shoulders, right? Both monster turns. And also, if you look, you can see both hands are visible which means that even though we have monster turns, our hands haven't drifted away from our body. You can still see it. They're still in front of our chest, which is a very, very good thing. So from there, the shoulder turn is definitely identical, but look at this. This is the big difference. Coach E is a leg lifter, which is perfectly fine. A lot of the best ball strikers ever in the game lift up their leg. What I mean by that is this. If you look, right there, both of us are at our full turn. Coach E, right there, his foot comes up, which is fine. It'd be a bad thing if Coach E's heel started turning towards us and you can see the side of his shoe, but it doesn't. His knee comes toward, my knee comes toward, but I stay planted on the ground. And then as you go down, it's like there's a trigger that starts your backswing, there's a trigger that starts your downswing. Coach E is stomping on that left foot. See that? That's his trigger going down. Trigger right there. My trigger is I like to sink. I sink and load up on my left leg hard. So I sink. So I sink and I start driving off of that. Let's get to right there. So Coach E, he steps and starts driving off his left heel, and he gets to there. Now if you look, again, positions are very, very similar. Strike at the ball, boom. At the ball, boom. Right there. Now, the thing that's gold is you can see both of our upper bodies are still driving through the ball. My tilt has gotten bigger. Coach E's tilt has gotten bigger. We're driving through the ball to balance swing. People, there's a lot to take from this video, right? So yours can look different. Yours does not have to, again, look like Coach Ethan and I, but there's still some points that you can see all great hitters and ball strikers have some very, very similar points from every club. It doesn't matter. So if you look at Coach Ethan and I from a wedge out to a driver, it's totally different in every way, but there's still so much that are the exact same. The important things are the exact same, which is address, halfway back, backswing, impact, and follow through are all just about identical with positions. Now, how flat and how upright is different. That's your own fingerprint of your swing, but you still have those positions there. You should be hitting those exact same positions.
No, definitely. That's an excellent breakdown, Coach Corey. And again, one thing, ladies and gentlemen, you would notice about, even though our swings are different, one of the things that we do very well is, again, our heads stay completely still and locked on throughout the motion of the swing. So
that's very true.
Especially important with your driver, as we talked about in the beginning of the video.
That's definitely true. Let's look at Coach E's by itself. So he's absolutely right. You don't want your head swing. It can come off a little bit, but his head shouldn't be all the way over here by the time he's done swinging. That's entirely too much of a move, right? So he goes back, he drives. Now, it came close to that circle, but it's fine because watch. You come there, but watch how his head goes backwards at impact. Boom. See, it's going backwards again? Tilting backwards. So it can come forward a little bit. It's not a problem because when it stops, it'll actually start going backwards as your body shifts through. The same thing with mine. So you saw Coach E's head and how it moves slightly, but it starts to go backwards at impact. So I tilt mine away. Stupid thing. Tilt it away, and when it goes back, I bump it right there. But watch how it goes backwards at impact. As long as your head is not shifting far to the left, you're still in good shape.
Definitely. All right. So hopefully everybody feels good about that. If you're joining us on our Saturday morning sessions, please send us your driver swing videos, a front-facing view, just like those that we just played for you of Coach Corey and I. It may be a view from behind, not behind, but a side view, where as if someone's standing from your right. So if I'm set up, someone's standing to your right.
Yes. So take a video down the line. So
Yes,
basically,
yes.
yes. So you're parallel or right behind you, but looking at the target. So right behind your right side. So take it down the line. That's a good one to have as well.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today. Again, our core value is sportsmanship, and our healthy habit is play. So please try to have up to page 24 complete in your book for next week, up to 24, which we will talk about confidence next week. Our final thought. Today's final thought, I'm going to talk about play. Play is very important. You are never too old to play and have fun and enjoy yourself. That's one cool thing about golf. Golf is a timeless sport. It is a sport you can play. It's a lifetime sport. You can play golf for the rest of your life and get out there, enjoy friendship and camaraderie, get some exercise, enjoy a beautiful day, and have some fun. So you're never too old to play. Enjoy yourself, have fun, get outside, do something active as much as you possibly can. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Again, have a great rest of your week. Study, do your homework, all that stuff. Thanks, Big C.
Peace.